Hey guys, so I'm back. So just want to show you how I do it real quick. Just to let you know I'm not pretending here. This is my weighted vest. So, sometimes when I run, I want to do my Goku thing. So I weigh this weighted vest, which I forgot how much it weighs. I think it's about 22 pounds or so, and maybe more than that. But I just finished my 10-kilometer run with this on, so that's not something I normally do. Usually, when I wear the weighted vest, I only run maybe 3 kilometers at most, or roughly, which is roughly like 1.5 to 2 miles that I might run in the vest, as compared to 10 kilometers, which is about 6.2 miles. Okay. But feeling well, wasn't chased by any dogs. Okay. Didn't have to worry about Pookie and Ray Ray shooting their pellet gun at me. Nothing like that. Didn't have to worry about anybody stupid. They had to worry about some aggressive drivers, but that's to be expected in this neighborhood. Okay. Um, this area has some of the worst drivers per capita as far as census is concerned with, or is it census or traffic data, I should say. So I just wanted to harp on something really quick to deal with martial arts myths. Karate. Yes, karate. Karate is great, uh, except if you need to fight. No, but seriously, um, one of the myths, long-standing myths about karate was that the Okinawans used it to fight back against the samurai. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Uh, why do we think that people in history were dumber than us? No one's going to be sitting there fighting someone on horseback with swords and spears with empty hands and weapons made from farming tools. That is a complete myth, okay? Not to mention the weapons that people consider kabuto. That's not Okinawan. Kabuto is not even an Okinawan term. Kabuto just refers to classical Japanese arts before the Meiji era, I believe, as does I think Koryu as well. I don't. Someone will have to check me on that. I don't know what the difference exactly is between Koryu and Kabuto, but I know they refer to classical Japanese arts, at least before the Meiji Restoration, which is when Japan modernized itself and kicked the samurai class to the curb. Okay, um, but the karate was not done by the poor folk in Okinawa. That's a myth. It wasn't done by the farmers. Think about it. When did farmers have time to be training in karate all day long? If you were doing, if you were a farmer in a pre-industrial era, your whole life was consumed with farming. You didn't have spare time to be doing martial arts. Karate was done by the noble classes of the Okinawans. Yes, the Okinawans had their own royalty. That was why they called it the Ryukyu era. And I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing these Japanese and Okinawan words. I really don't know them that well. Okay. Um, but the Ryukyu kingdom of Okinawa was where karate was developed. It wasn't developed by the commoners. The weapons they used were not farming tools. They were weapons designed to be weapons. Most of them, I won't say most of them, but a lot of them didn't even originate in Okinawa. At the time, Okinawa was a great trading port in East Asia, so it was a conflux. Did I say is that a word? Conflux? Okay, influx of different cultures in Okinawa. So they did trade with people of the Philippines, the people of the Kingdom of Siam, which became Thailand, as well as China. And you see weapons and martial arts coming there. So traditional Okinawan karate was one of the first hybrid martial arts, blending the arts coming from Thailand, the Philippines, and southern China, which became karate. In fact, traditional karate is a complete martial art, complete with weapons, joint locks, throws, grappling, all of that stuff. You don't see that in modern karate because once it was brought to Japan, the the Japanese islands, the main the main Japan, not Okinawa, when the Okinawans brought it to mainland Japan, they took a lot of that stuff out because they didn't want it to interfere with their arts already developed, like jujitsu and all the different weapon styles they have there. So that's when you have the separation into what's sometimes mistakenly referred to as kobudo, the weapons of karate, as compared to the empty-handed karate, like you see in Shotokan and all those other modern karate styles. But it was never fought against samurai. Like, what happened was when the Imperial Japanese invaded Okinawa, the Ryukyu Kingdom submitted to them, and they lost their nobility and became commoners after the fact. But that didn't mean that the commoners were, before the Ryukyu Kingdom submitted to the Imperial Japanese, that the commoners were doing karate. No, they were not. If you look at the ancient, well, not the ancient, but if you look at the old text, historical text of early Okinawan karate, you'll see at the end of the names of these Okinawan people, royal titles. That's because that's what they were, Okinawan nobility. Okay. And once traditional karate was brought over to Japan, Japan wanted to see karate as a rival to Western boxing. So that's why they took out, the grappling and the weapons and all that sort of stuff, and tried to make it more just a pure striking style. And they reserved the grappling to their other Japanese arts, like jujitsu, their weapons to stuff like kendo and aido, and all the other budo, which is the modern Japanese arts, budo, modern arts, kobudo, classical Japanese arts. Okay, so let's kick that notion that somehow Okinawan farmers were trying to fight samurai by jump kicking them off their horses and doing horse stances where they dug into their horse stance as a stampeding horse rode by with a samurai with a sword or spear in his hand, and they did a reverse punch and punched them off their horse. That shit didn't happen. Like I said, the Okinawans nor any other people back in historical times were not stupid. Okay, they didn't do dumb shit like that and think it was going to work. I don't know why that became such a myth. I think that's mostly in American karate that people believe dumb shit that they're told like that, because I doubt that many people in Japan would believe something that stupid, much less the Okinawans themselves. So let's rule out that myth. Karate was not made as a counter to samurai. It never was. Okay. Once the samurai invaded Okinawa, eventually the Ryukyu Kingdom submitted to the Imperial Japanese Army, and they lost their noble titles. All right. And Okinawan karate was a complete martial art. It was a hybrid system where they did weight training, they did grappling, they had joint locks and throws and submissions, weapons, all that sort of stuff. And yes, they did weight training. A lot of stuff you see now in MMA where they use the kettlebells, they were doing back in the 1600s. So look, if you don't believe me, then check it out for yourself. You can actually see pictures of them doing it, as well as descriptions of the training methods. So I'm done with my training for the day. Like I said, weighted vest run. I would give the company a shout out, but I'm not getting sponsored and I'm not monetized yet because I don't have enough subscribers. The only one watching it is me, maybe the wife too, sometimes when she feels like it. Okay, but no, I'm gonna sign off, y'all. Just a Contrarian here. Oh, and you can see my yeah, always prepared, always prepared. Just a Contrarian. Talk to you later.